Let's do it. Printf, gonna start off, he's doing some really nice rallying around with his nexuses. Actually hasn't gassed, and you might think that it's an error, but no, he needs to focus on the minerals because he needs to make a bear claw of photon cannons. And because I'm a very fat person, I immediately thought about the donuts. I immediately thought about the donuts, and this actually reminds me of a story. Once upon a time, I lived in an apartment complex where I had this house manager who was great. His name was George. And George, it's easy when you own like an apartment complex to always to just do nothing, right? To just always take the money in and not really do any improvements. But he was like constantly improving, like getting new cabinets. He just came in one day and was like, "Hello, Sean, we got you new cabinets," and he just put new cabinets in. I was like, "Excellent! This will be good for my pot that I own." I just have a single pot and I cook pasta in it because I was a bachelor mode. So he just, one day, he gives me a ring and he's upset because he put this beautiful patio out in the front that he wanted to have bikes on, and the pavement was wet. So this was the conversation that he had with me. He's like, "Hello, Sean, this is George. Did you leave your house last night?" And I was like, well, yeah, what's wrong? He's like, "Look at the pavement. Somebody drew a dick." And I was on the third floor, and I looked down, and on this large, beautiful patio with bike racks was like a 25-foot penis. Like, massive. Like, this must have taken 2 to 3 minutes to draw. Someone, like, drawing and, like, shaking and, like, drawing, and at all points was like, "Keep going. We have to complete it. This must be a convex shape." And he wanted to know where I was. He's like, "Where were you? The security camera shows you left the apartment at 2 a.m. And I had to tell him I was getting a donut. And he was like, "At 2 in the morning?" I was like, I really wanted a donut. He's like, why weren't you asleep? It's Thursday. Don't you have class on Friday?" And I'm like, yeah. I just wanted a donut. Can I just want a donut? Is that okay? And I had actually had this discussion with this man, and in the security camera, when I come back, I actually have like 8 donuts, right? Because I thought half a dozen is not enough and 2 dozen is way too much. So I settled with a modest 8. And he sees me with this huge box, and we're like looking at the security camera together, and it's like 2:30. I spent a while at this donut shop, and I was like, "Oh, they're very good. They're very, very good." And I eat dinner at midnight, too. I was full. I just wanted to enjoy eating. And I don't know if anyone ever found the culprit, but it started off as a difficult story for him and wound up with me being very self-conscious. But the important thing is that sometimes you just need a donut, right? There's nothing wrong. Because donuts. That actually is a complete sentence. Stormageddon. Alright, we're 1 minute into the game. Jeez, that took a long time. God almighty, I want a donut. I can't resist. I have like this insatiable urge to get donuts. I mean, you know how like Hansel and Gretel put down the trail of breadcrumbs, and they were going to follow the breadcrumbs back, and, I can't remember how Hansel and Gretel actually got where they got, but you know how the idea like you lay down breadcrumbs and like I don't know, maybe a person who likes bread or like a bird or something will eat all the breadcrumbs. You know what I'm talking about? Are we on the same page together? I want you to imagine that, except you don't actually make a trail. You just say, "Sean, there's a donut like 3 miles that way," and I'm like, "I have an hour, and I'll just go get the donut. It doesn't matter. I'll just go get the donut." I can't. That's all I think about. Like, okay, I once at an event ate a Twinkie on air. I was in an MLG, and I was like, "Marcus, this is going to be a great game." And so we look down and we start the game, and then I just picked up this Twinkie I had, and I went, "Oh!" And apparently they hadn't changed the screen yet. So this is how it looked. This is literally how it looked. I went to get a Twinkie, and I went, "Ah!" And I just like put it in. I just put it right in the mouth. That's how I did it, and it cut right to the game graphic. Like the camera stopped with the Twinkie here, so people bought me like 100 Twinkies at that event because they found it funny. Like I could actually take one of those photographs where you know how they have like that, like all those like cool photos of like a guy like in a bathtub and he's like covered in money and he's like, what, I'm wealthy. I could do that like covered in Twinkies and wear no clothes and no one would know that I was naked because Twinkies would have covered every inch of my body. That's how much Twinkies there were. And the reason I bring up all of that is because if anyone buys me a donut at an event, I will eat the donut. I will eat that donut. Why, did someone already link the Twinkie pic? Oh, great. Let me see if I can get this on air. Yeah, there's a lot of okay, look. I'm not proud of this. I'm not proud of this photo, but that is my real body. This is not Photoshop. I'm not proud of that. And I'm not saying that you should do this, that you should follow my footsteps. But what I'm saying is that I really like donuts. That's just what I'm saying. What time is it? 8:05? I missed dinner. Time for a donut. I need sustenance. I'm an organism. Why would you not get a donut? What is it, 9 p.m.? Well, may as well get a dessert in the form of a donut. 10 a.m. I have no self-control. Let's get a donut. Oh, I can't stop. It's like cat pictures, man. I've never seen 10 cat pictures and been like, no, I don't want to see an 11th cat picture. Fuck cats. You're like, no, bring on the cat pictures. So Dante from Team himself. Once again, much like the business card. Hello, I'm Sean Plott. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Sean Plott. I make all the decisions for myself, unless they are regarding my financial aid loans for school. In which case, the government decides that I need to pay them back this month. Because were it up to me, I would spend it on donuts. Are you understanding that I have a problem? I have no control over my eating of donuts. Oh, gee, I'm actually... Oh, God. If I tweet a photo of me eating a donut after this daily, like, just unfollow me. Like, just stop. So don't support my habit. Like, I need my subscriber base to cut in half before I'm like, okay, maybe it isn't worth it anymore. Maybe I should just keep... Like, you know how, like, people do this with their keys, where they, like, do this, where they just, like, loop it around? I would do that with a donut. Oh, God. Oh, my God. And Keladros in chat is like, I'll make them for you. I've never had a homemade donut, and that is not a sexual innuendo. Seriously, I've literally never had a homemade donut. I mean, I also haven't had a homemade donut, if you know what I mean. But I also have not had a homemade donut. I think this is the best part 3 of a daily that has ever happened.